Family dynamics can get messy, especially when it comes to inheritances. My husband and I, both in our early 40s, have been married for 15 years, building a stable life with 2 kids, 10 and 7. My mother-in-law, Diane, is a lively 68-year-old with a knack for grand gestures. She's always been generous, but her latest plan has us reeling. Diane recently announced she's leaving us 5 timeshares in her will, properties she's owned for decades across Florida, Nevada, and Colorado. Sounds nice, right? Except these come with a hefty $9,500 annual maintenance fee and a perpetuity clause that makes them nearly impossible to offload. Diane brought it up during a family dinner, beaming with pride like she was handing us a golden ticket. She's always loved her timeshares, spending weeks every year at these resorts, sipping margaritas by the pool. For her, they're a status symbol, a slice of luxury she worked hard for. But my husband and I aren't vacation home people. We prefer road trips or renting a cabin for a week. Flexible, low-commitment stuff. The idea of being locked into 5 properties, each with its own fees, feels like a financial anchor. We consulted an attorney who confirmed our fears. Getting rid of timeshares, especially with a perpetuity clause, is a legal and financial nightmare. Selling them could take years, and we'd likely lose money in the process. After some late-night talks, my husband and I decided to address it directly. We invited Diane over for coffee, sat her down, and explained our concerns as gently as we could. We thanked her for her generosity, but said we weren't interested in owning timeshares or paying $9,500 a year in fees. We asked if she'd consider removing them from her will or transferring them to someone else now, maybe another relative who'd enjoy them. We thought we were being reasonable, keeping the tone respectful and calm. Diane didn't take it well. She went from shocked to furious in seconds, her face turning red as she called us ungrateful. She said the timeshares were her legacy, a gift meant to bring our family closer through shared vacations. She accused us of rejecting her values and implied we were greedy for not appreciating her thoughtful gesture. When we suggested transferring them before her passing to avoid the will's complications, she doubled down, saying she'd never change it. She stormed out, and we haven't spoken since. My husband's tried calling, but she's giving him the cold shoulder. To make matters worse, Diane's not leaving us any cash to cover the fees. She's got significant debt, so her estate won't have liquid assets to offset the costs. The timeshares are the bulk of her gift, and we'd be stuck footing the bill indefinitely. My husband's siblings, who aren't getting the timeshares, think we're overreacting. They say we should just accept them and figure it out later, maybe rent them out. But we've researched it. Renting's unreliable, and the fees don't vanish. We'd be pouring money into something we don't want or use. I'm torn. On one hand, I get why Diane's hurt. To her, these timeshares are a symbol of her life's achievements, and our rejection probably feels personal. Maybe we could have softened our approach or offered to help find another recipient. On the other hand, it feels unfair for her to saddle us with a financial burden we explicitly said we don't want. We're not rich. $9,500 a year is a huge hit, enough for a family vacation on our terms. Should we have just smiled and nodded to keep the peace, knowing we'd be stuck with the fallout later? Am I the asshole for asking my mother-in-law not to leave us 5 timeshares in her will? Thanks for listening, and if you want to hear more interesting stories, just click the link below.